Hello everyone and welcome back to Chaos Creations. It's about 7 o'clock-ish on a Friday here in Perth, Western Australia. I want to have a little talk and a bit of show and tell. First thing you'll notice is the rhinos in the background, and you've got this very large tank here. Now, I think, please bear with me, this is a Lehman Russ. I could be mistaken. I think that's what it is. It's not a Predator. I think the Predator has like the tank gun on top. Anyway. So, if I'm going by scale, the Lehman Russ is a little bit bigger than the Rhinos. This, I think, is maybe about 10% too big, but hey, well, I'm just having fun and I'm just printing up some, bigger pieces. I also got these little dudes on platforms. I showed you one last night. I've done a whole heap, so I've got some with that. I've got some with miniguns, if it gets some focus. You can do it. Almost had it. Anyway, so these things look quite nice. Once again, it's done on PLA Plus. It's not the best, but for what it is, it's not too bad. So I've got guys with like a shotguns, guys with a minigun, and guys with the pew-pew laser. There is another one, I think. I think it has like a more technological like beam or something. I might do that one later on. I'll see how I do. So I found out a while ago when I put my table down, I had too much terrain. But that said, something did cross my path, and I thought, well, I've got a bit of spare filament on the roll. Why not give it a go? So I've done the Avengers Tower. Now, is this in scale? Absolutely not. This is more like for 6mm, even then, not really 6 millimeter, more like 3 and so forth millimeter. But that said, just having that on the corner of the board somewhere, you could stick a little group of guys up there, maybe if you wanted to. I'd be more inclined to, just have like a little group of guys up here with their guns popping out, shooting and so forth. That would be more my style. But still. Now, one thing I have noticed recently, and I must admit I didn't notice it before, is all the bases that Legions Imperialis are coming in are much thinner. I knew they were doing it for the Titans. I didn't realize they were doing it for everything. And I noticed that today that the bases, because I got a photo of the new bases, and they're about half the size of one of these. Makes stand to reason, and some people are going to complain, oh, your base is too big, this, that, and the other. Well, tough titties, I'm just going to still have it on the base anyway. It looks nice. So that's pretty much really it. It's a Friday. I'm going to print out a few more of these. Everything's done at 130%, except for the guns are done at 110%. I do have some of these in a smaller scale, and the guns just looked really oversized. So 130 for everything else and 110 just for the guns. And, they're flat on the inside, but, on the outside, on the table, who's going to really know? As I said, it's more than likely a little too big, but, big chunky tanks are perfectly fine, I think. And I'm guessing the scale is going to be around that. Maybe a little bit smaller, but we'll see how we do. I kind of like it that size. I mean, if I'm going to pay $3, $80 for 3, if they're that size, well, all right, maybe it is kind of worth it. Big chunky ones, $3, $80 for 3 of that size, maybe not. Maybe if they come in packs of 5, something big and chunky like that, not a problem. Apart from that, not much else has changed. I'm hoping that this Sunday night we will see the preview for Legions Imperialis. As I've said before in the past and ranted about it, it's their best window of opportunity. If it's not this Sunday, it has to be next Sunday at the very, very latest. But this one is perfect for them. They've bought out lots of teasers. There is a white dwarf with a battle report in it. And I must say I'm very annoyed with Games Workshop in that respect, because when I started getting the magazines, or when I signed up for a subscription, I was told, well, look, you'll get the magazine maybe a day or two before the shops get it. That was their pulling point for me. So far, I have never gotten a magazine early. I mean, I haven't got it today, and the new White Dwarf's out. And if history follows suit, I'll get it next Thursday. Yeah, fun, isn't it? But I'm thinking they've got a White Dwarf battle report this Sunday is a perfect opportunity. People had the White Dwarf, they've had a look, they've seen the miniatures, they've had a read of the battle report. This Sunday is a perfect opportunity for them to put it up for pre-order for the 28th and then come out, I think it's on the 4th or something. Anyway, I'm hoping that it'll be around about, well, I'm hoping it'd be like $150 Australian, but let's face it, it ain't going to be that. I saw somewhere, someone said it was going to be $390 or $380 Australian, which, if it is, that's really nice. I thought it was going to be around the $460 mark myself, but $390, I'm happy with that. It's a much better price, not a problem. Not my luck. It was going to be $390, and then they're going to add on an extra $10 for their mistake. Anyway, we'll see. I just wanted the game out so I can start playing games, to be honest with you. It's fun to have a passion for a game, and it's fun to be ready for a game, but when the game keeps getting stalled and stalled and stalled and stalled, and you're like, oh, please. Before I forget, a couple of these you'll notice don't have guys in them. And they're broken off. I think there's like 2 in here, this guy and this guy don't have guys in them. So what I'm going to do is I've got the nozzle pretty honed in at the moment. So what I'm thinking about doing is, this is all printed at 0.1. So what I'm thinking about doing is slowing the printer right the way down, because it's fast. A bamboo carbon is like, and I'm not kidding, that's how fast it goes. What I'm thinking is bringing the speed right the way down, I mean really low, and changing it from 0.1 to 0.05. It'll mean the fact that, a couple of miniatures about this big are going to take like an hour each. But because of the speed being much slower and it being much more finer, I'm hoping the fact that I will get a lot more detail on a model. And this is one thing that does annoy me. People go, oh, look, you can never get resin quality with a PLA printer. It's impossible. But I did that 5 years ago, and I can do it again. And that was with a CR10. So now with the bamboo carbon and the technology, I think I can do resin printed miniatures. I've done some in the past, some 25 mils, and you could not tell me that, you couldn't see ley lines on them. I used a hybrid PLA called PLA Pro, and it was, if I remember rightly, it was a mixture of PLA Silk and PLA Plus, and this stuff printed smooth. It honestly printed so smooth, it was beautiful. I have a Cthulhu out there idle, and if you look at it, on the base you can sort of tell where there are some ley lines, but the actual Cthulhu model itself, flawless. You would swear that it looks metal. That's how beautiful this stuff is. One slight downfall, it's not cheap. It's about $80 for a roll. Now, for comparison, I can pick up a nice 1 kilo roll of PLA Plus filament for, I don't know, 25 to $30. The PLA Pro is $60, $59.95. So it is not cheap, but mostly because it's a nice hybrid and you get almost no layer lines. So if I was going to print this out with PLA Pro, you wouldn't see any layer lines on it at all. It would look like a piece of resin. Yeah, so I'm thinking about buying a box of that. It will take some calibration, slowing down the printer speed, pointing at 0.5 and start printing out little miniatures. I've already proven I can print out a miniature in PLA Plus. If you watch previous videos, you can see my little dude. So all I need to do is get that and then slow it down, better quality filament, and away we go. But that is for another day. For the moment, I'm going to do some painting over the weekend. It's getting nice and warm here in Australia. As I said, it's getting towards summer, and paint dries quicker, glue dries quicker, and hopefully with Legions Imperialis being pre-ordered this Sunday, we can, I can start really ramping up, because at the moment I've got to admit, I'm waning. I'm waning in my desire to play it because, it's August and it's now the end of October coming up. And I'm just thinking, we're in September, October, and now we're almost in November. I'm starting to lose the hype train. I'm trying to keep it alive at the moment by printing stuff and talking videos about it and so forth. But, if it doesn't come out soon, everyone else is gone. They don't want to play Legends Imperialis anymore. They want to play 40k, and they're looking at, the old world Warhammer coming out. They're saying, look, it's a dead system. Don't worry about it. Just forget it. Which sucks, because if this really does take off, then Epic 40k will come out and everyone will want Epic 40k. Let's face it, everyone loved Epic 40k. I don't think you even met anyone that didn't like Epic 40k. It was easier to paint miniatures. It was fun to play. Big stompy robots everywhere. Huge demons on the battlefield. It was so much fun. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go and get myself some nice food. Everyone have a great day. This is Cal signing off. Bye.